Yeah, that was a great win for Leicester, who really needed those points, and they looked almost like they were back like to the Leicester of old, didn't they, under Brendan Rodgers. Another worrying display for United, though, and what was also worrying was what Paul Pogbas said after the game.
To be honest, we've been having those kind of games for a long time, and we haven't found the problem. We need to find what's the problem to concede goals, easy goals, say stupid goals. You need to be more mature, I think. We need to play with more experience, arrogance in a good term. But now you have to find what's the key of this change and this game that we lose, because I think we deserve to lose today. We need to find the right mentality, the right tactic to win those games. We have to stick together and find the problem, resolve it.
Very honest but dejected Paul Pogba. Let's talk a bit more about United's current form with Gylfi Einarsson from Simin in Iceland. Gylfi, thanks for joining us. First of all, what did you make of Paul Pogba's comments there? He was very honest, but he said the team need to play with more maturity and that something needs to change.
Yeah, I agree with him. He was absolutely spot on with his comments, but I'm not sure his manager would be happy. He would be discussing it in the media.
Yeah, fair enough. Good point.
So he's under pressure, isn't he, obviously, Ole, right now. It seems that every time Manchester United have a dodgy result or a dodgy couple of results, the question is always asked, if any of the other three managers in the top four were managing Man United, would they be doing better? Is that fair?
I think it's a fair question. Obviously, Man United is a huge club and they want to be competing for the Premier League, but at the moment it's not happening for them. You just seem to wonder if Ole Gunnar has the fear factor that you need as a top manager for his players. Obviously, I mean, he needs to have a go at them in the dressing room and really bring out the best of them. But it doesn't seem to be happening at the moment.
I think the thing is as well, Gylfi, is when you look at Manchester United, because they are such a hugely supported club worldwide, it's extremes, isn't it? So when Manchester United win and they play well, they're going to win the league. And then when they lose and they play poorly, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be sacked. These are the sort of comments that seem to come out in the press. And that must be quite a difficult position for him to be in as a manager. There's no real in-between, is there?
No, and obviously, I mean, Ole is a legend at the club, and he will always be liked for everything he's done over the years. He's done a good job. But I think at the moment, they look at team and they are not really organized. As been documented, they can't press teams. The players are not they're not doing their thing. But they rely on individual brilliance to give them the goals. But they're weak defensively, letting in goals by set pieces. They are not sprinting enough, if that makes sense. So they are in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw there, Pogba was really down, wasn't he? He was very honest, as you said, Jules. Do you think Solskjaer commands the respect of players like Paul Pogba and Cristiano Ronaldo in the changing room?
That's a good question, because, yes, Pogba's comments were correct, but he should be the one leading by example. He should be the one sprinting and tackling people and leading people on. But he's not really been doing that, has he? So these comments, he maybe should have left them inside the dressing room, if you can say so.
Mm. In terms of performances on the pitch as well, Gylfi, you mentioned the lack of sprinting, and that lack of press was something that was pointed out in that game against Leicester. Do you think that was their biggest downfall and the reason for them losing the game?
Well, they played Harry Maguire in this game. He was obviously not fit. You can tell by the first minute of the game he was struggling a bit. And you see here the lack of discipline in the pressure. None of the front five is a good defender, if you can say so. You can get away with. Obviously, we know that Ronaldo is not going to be the one pressing people all over the pitch. But then you need somebody with him that can help help them. As I think it was Gary Neville who said it. Then when they had Ronaldo earlier, 2008 season, they were playing with the likes of Park and Tevez, who were running like mad dogs around them and pressing and closing people down. But you have now Greenwood, Sancho, Bruno Fernandes. None of these players are good defenders, if you can say. They're brilliant on the ball, and those are the kind of players that they need to get goals. But it's easy to play through the lines against United, and then they lack that structure to be a top team.
Yeah.
Big games coming up for them as well, Gylfi, tonight against, or tomorrow night against Atalanta, and then Liverpool as well. Really appreciate you talking to us.
Thanks, Gylfi.
And we will catch up with you again later
Pleasure.
in the season for sure.